All right, family, we've got a good one for you today. I've got a lemon pepper turkey that we're gonna do, but we're gonna do a little twist. We're gonna do a sweet tea brine on that bad boy. Oh man, it's gonna make it so juicy and delicious on the inside. You've gotta stay tuned for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right, the first thing we gotta do, we gotta get that brine going, okay? I've got about a half a gallon of sweet tea, okay? This can be unsweet tea if you'd like. This could be super sweet tea if you'd like. It's okay, easy peasy. We're gonna add to it some salt, brown sugar, some rosemary, yeah. We're also, this calls for like 4 cloves of garlic, but I really, really like garlic, and this turkey's for me. So we're just gonna smash a bunch of garlic, whatever you consider to be a bunch. Okay? Toss that in there. We're also gonna cut up 1 onion. You can cut it up however you want to. You can actually throw this stuff in there if you want to as well. You don't have to throw it away, I promise you. You're not gonna eat it. It's gonna be delicious, don't worry. All right, we're gonna do a whole lemon. I also like to put a little bit of that Chef John's salt powder in there. We're gonna whisk this together as much as we can. Okay, and we're gonna put this inside the dual fire. I've got the direct side preheated at 450 degrees. We just want all of this stuff to heat up and dissolve into the liquid and just become delicious. And that only take about 10 minutes. The next thing we gotta do is we gotta get our sauce ready, ladies and gentlemen. I've got 1 stick of butter, okay? We're gonna add to it that John's salt powder, baby. It's all about that lemon pepper today. And then we're gonna do the zest of 1 lemon in here, okay? And this is gonna be a delicious sauce that's gonna go on the outside of our turkey, you know, to help beautify it, but also to help give it some great flavor. And we're just gonna put that also in the direct side of the dual fire. And we just want it to melt, okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now that everything has had time, oh yeah, to dissolve into the liquid, we're gonna mix this with just under a gallon of ice, okay? We're gonna put it in a large enough container, and then we're gonna dunk our turkey in it for up to 1 to 24 hours. Rock and roll. All right, we've had our turkey in the refrigerator for about 12 hours. Just make sure that you've got a large enough container to house the bird. Make sure that your liquid covers up the bird, and make sure you've got enough room in the refrigerator for this bad boy. If you don't have any room in the refrigerator, I suggest using a cooler, one of our hard icer coolers, and using a lot of ice, okay? Let's pull this bad boy out. Make sure we're not making a mess. All right. All right, she looks great. What we are gonna do is we're gonna dry her off with some paper towels. She's been sitting in that liquid for 12 hours. She's soaking wet. We want nice and crispy skin, so we need to make sure we get it dry. And I also put it on the wire rack. That way, a lot of the juice, can separate from the bird. All right, she seems pretty dry. Now the optimum thing to do is to take this bad boy and put it in the refrigerator for about 6 to 12 hours, okay? That's gonna ultimately help dry out that skin a little bit extra, okay? And almost guarantee a super crispy skin. But it being dry, it's perfect. What we'll do now, we're gonna put a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of your favorite oil on it. We just got some olive oil here. Not a lot. We want crispy skin, everybody. So we're not putting a lot of binder on here, okay? I like to season the bottom presentation side last, okay? So what we'll do is we'll flip over this beautiful bird and we're gonna season the bottom of it first, okay? That way I don't mess up the presentation side. The side everybody's gonna look at when you pull it off the grill. You're really trying to impress folks. So make sure that you season the presentation side last. You could be seasoning with the Chef John's Soul Powder Rub. Stretch out those wings because you're not going to be able to season them on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and get the bottom of those legs. Carefully flip her over. All right. I like to season like this first. You see how the skin is stretched out, okay? Because when the skin's all bunched up, you know, it's really tough to get on all of those nooks and crannies and crevasses that are created. And stretch out those wings, get the underside of the wings, top side of the breast. If you want to, you can go ahead and stick your hand up underneath this thigh meat. Make a little bit of space and season on top of the meat if you'd like. That brine really helped penetrate, so I'm not worried about getting any seasoning on the inside of this bad boy. Got an extra onion on there. All right, that looks great. So what we need to do is we actually need to place this bird on our mesh cooking mats. Little trick, I like to use 2 of the mesh cooking mats because 9 times out of 10, when I get the bird in there, I'm gonna need to either scoot it back or scoot it forward. So being on top of a mat just helps that process go a little bit quicker, okay? Also need to cut some lemons. Now, many slices as you can get out of these 3 lemons, the better. Because again, the more coverage you're gonna get on the underside of your bird. We're gonna put these lemon slices right on top, not of the turkey, but right on top of our mesh cooking mat. And then we're gonna put the turkey right on top of these delicious lemon slices. And man, it's really gonna give it a delicious flavor. Now, you can let your wings cook just like this. Me, I prefer to tuck them behind the bird. It just, I feel like it gives it a little bit more even cooking. So we'll tuck these wings. Okay. You guys see me pulling gloves off and putting gloves on. We want to be super sanitary for our family. It's the holiday season. We don't want anybody getting sick. They're already gonna get sick of me, Josh, am I right? All right, everybody, we've got the dual fire sitting right behind me. The indirect side is preheated at 325 degrees. We're burning the mesquite pellets. Let's get this bird on. Now it's time to get our sauce out. All right, we've temped our bird. The breast is looking at about 155 degrees, so it's the perfect time to start basting this bad boy with the sauce we made. So I put it back in the direct side of the dual fire to heat back up, melt all that delicious butter. So let's check it out. Oh yeah. Looks absolutely amazing. Now we'll come over here. Oh yes. That bird is looking and smelling. Daddy likey. You can see us brightening that bird on up. And then you've got some of this butter sauce left over. You could save for the dinner table as well. Or you could slice up those breasts and just put that right over the breasts, that breast meat. All right, make sure you got a good thermometer. This bird is tipping out at about 160 degrees in the breast. That's the perfect temperature for me. We're gonna take it off. We're gonna tint it with some foil, and it's gonna carry over cook while it sits on our cutting board, okay? Those breasts will eventually reach 165. Then we'll be ready for slicing, baby, after that rest. But let's take her off the dual fire and see what she looks like. Wow. So these gloves, as well as this stick-resistant mesh cooking mat, are gonna make the transport of this thing a breeze. 1, 2, 3, Josh. Look at that. Looks absolutely beautiful. Again, leave this on the cutting board, cover it up with some aluminum foil, let it sit and rest for about 20 minutes, okay? All of those moisture molecules are going crazy right now. We want them to chill out and end up in the middle of the meat, okay? So make sure you let this bad boy rest. All right, now it's time for us to let this bad boy rest. We've got a ton of videos online showing you guys how to carve this thing up, so check those out. Make sure you follow me on social media at BBQDadJody, and we'll see you at the recteq.